Welcome everybody to Headlock Field, where today's matchup is between the Falmouth Navigators and your Deering Rams. And coming into this game, Falmouth is 14-1. It's been a spectacular season. Their only loss came to Scarborough in the very first game of the season. They lost that 6-4. Since then, they've rattled off 14 straight, and you'll be able to see why they're probably the favorite to win the entire thing. It's a all-around team, and it's going to be an uphill battle for Deering. Deering on the opposite side of things haven't won a game yet. They're 0-15. Their last game was against Scarborough. It was a defeat, 15-0 in 5 innings. And so it's the tale of two seasons, but anything can happen in sports. And we'll see who comes out on top between Deering and Falmouth, and we'll be back for senior night, the national anthem, and lineups.
Welcome to senior night here at Deering High School.
Yep.
It is the occasion of the last regular season home game in the career of one.
And so here we go for senior night.
This young man has been a significant asset to his team. Moreover, and more importantly, he's been a wonderful ambassador for his family, his school, and his community. He was also the lone senior honored at Deering's basketball senior night, and he responded that evening with the most important three-point goal of Deering's season. It is my honor to introduce Deering senior Sam Rank.
And Sam Rank, the lone senior. He was also the lone senior for the basketball team.
Sam will be attending Colby College in the fall and plans to study economics and Spanish.
And a great all-around athlete, but also a great all-around scholar as well.
Going to Colby College. I'm not sure if you could hear Don to study economics and Spanish.
Congratulations, Sam Wright. And now for today's starting lineup.
And we'll also mention Falmouth seniors, Peyton Mitchell,
leading off and playing center field, number 11,
Miles Gay, Mitchell Ham, and Eli Copperthwaite are the seniors for Falmouth. And so we'll be back for lineups as Deering is warming up in the field.
At this time, ladies and gentlemen, we would ask you to please rise as we honor America and those who defend her with the playing of our national anthem.
And here we go for the start of this game. As Deering is in the field warming up, the starting batting order for Falmouth, leading things off is Miles Gay, Josh Polches, Ethan Hendry, Jacoby Porter. Tyler Simmons is the DH, Brennan Rumpf, Mitchell Ham, Peyton Mitchell, and rounding things out is Eli Copperthwaite. In the field for Deering, the outfielders are Hooks Wayman, Rank, and Cooper. The infielders are Alex Jordan, Tavian Lachore, Zaid Smith, and Will Jordan. Behind the plate is Forrest, and the starting pitcher for Deering is number 5, Avery Lawrence. So here we go for the top of the first. Miles Gay at the plate to lead things off for Falmouth.
Beautiful day for baseball.
First pitch is on the outside corner for strike 1. Little high for ball 1. It's a 1-1 count. And that's fouled back. So a 1-2 count.
Game was moved up to 5 o'clock from 6.
And that's hit foul.
Gives us a little bit more sunshine and heat to work with today. It's been a cool month of May. A couple of days have been warm, but
up high for ball 2. It's a 2-2 count. And a late swing is a swing and a miss for strike 3.
yeah, he just couldn't decide on the swing, and it was a good pitch.
So that brings up Josh Polches with 1 away. Inside for ball 1. It's in the dirt for ball 2. That's ripped. Smith will field it, throw over, and it's in time. Will Jordan had to jump a little bit for the ball, but in plenty enough time to land back on the base.
Yeah, it was good that the ball was hit hard enough for that.
Ethan Hendry now up with 2 outs. And that one's low and outside for ball 1. It's fouled back. 1-1 count. That one drops in there for strike 2. That one's hit to Smith. He fields it, throws over, and gets the out. It's a 1-2-3 inning for Deering. And so we'll see what Deering can do with their at-bats. But after half an inning complete, it's Falmouth 0, Deering coming up. So as Falmouth comes out to warm up, the starting batting order for Deering, leading things off is Avery Lawrence, Zade Smith, Tavian Latour, Jackson Forrest, Alex Jordan, Will Jordan, Sam Rank, DJ Hooks Wayman, and the DH rounding things out is Dash Newhall. The fielders for Falmouth, the outfielders are Severino, Gay, and Mitchell. The infielders are Ham, Polchis, Rumpf, and Porter. Behind the plate is Hendry, and the starting pitcher for Falmouth is number 22, Eli Copperthwaite. And here we go for the bottom of the first. Avery Lawrence leading things off for Deering. Deering with a great start. It's outside for the first pitch. It's a 1-0 count. And if Deering wants any chance of winning this game, they're going to have to put some runs on the board.
Yeah. I mean, every inning is going to be an important inning to try to put some runs.
It's on the outside corner for strike 2. And right down the middle for strike 3.
The second baseman, number 1, Zade Smith.
And so Zade Smith at the plate. It's on the outside corner for strike 1.
And haven't seen this pitcher, you know he's pretty efficient.
Up high for ball 1.
One's a wild. Batter 1 ball, 1 strike, and 1 out.
Swing and a miss for strike 2. And strike 3. So 2 away.
The shortstop, number 6, Tavian Latour.
And Tavian Latour at the plate with 2 outs. In there for strike 1.
Yeah, I think he's got the Deering batters off balance because that ball looked like it was going to be fired over, and it just dropped over. A nice slow pitch.
In the dirt. It's a 1-1 count.
He's mixing it up pretty well.
Up high. 2-1 count. It's in there for strike 2. It's a 2-2 count to Latour. And swing and a miss for strike 3. So 3 up, 3 down, all by the way of strikeout for Copperthwaite. And so after one complete, it's Falmouth 0, Deering 0. And here we go for the top of the second. Jacoby Porter leading things off for Falmouth. First pitch is high. It's a 1-0 count. Right down the middle for strike one. It's low and outside for ball two. Swing and a miss for strike two.
That was a beautiful pitch. Tied him right up.
And Lawrence tried to curve that over the plate. Couldn't quite get it. It's 3-2 count. And Porter fouls it off. And swing and a miss for strike three.
Well, and both pitchers are firing strikeouts here.
So that brings up Tyler Simmons. Swing and a miss for strike one. It's fouled back. Oh, and 2 count. It's low for ball one. It's outside for ball two. And that's right up the middle. Smith will field it, and it's over the head of Will Jordan. And
Yeah. Did that go out of play that he can get second? I guess it did. Well, that was unfortunate. Another high throw.
Second baseman, number 9, Brennan Rupp.
so Brennan Rump now up.
Yeah, I think there's a discussion with the catcher to the umpire saying that shouldn't have been out of play. I didn't think it was supposed to be out of play, but they're calling it out of play.
The ball is picked up by Jordan and fires over to get the second out.
Great play.
So Alex Jordan to Will Jordan.
Just what Deering needed, but on the throw, the runner goes to third.
14, Mitchell Ham.
And so that brings up Mitchell Ham, leading runner at third. First pitch is a ball. And that's outside for ball two. Low for ball 3. And 4 straight pitches for a walk.
Yeah, it looked like Lawrence is just being a little bit careful with this batter.
The right fielder, number 2, Peyton Mitchell.
And Peyton Mitchell at the plate. Runners on the corners. And there for strike 1.
Yeah, it's amazing how he can throw 4 straight balls and then fire the next one right over the plate.
Swing and a miss for strike 2. And Ham took second.
Yeah, they were letting him.
Oh, 2 pitch is swing and a miss for strike 3.
Wow. And Lawrence is on fire today.
And Deering comes up with 2 big outs after an error. And Falmouth strands 2. And so after 1.5 complete, the score remains Falmouth nothing, Deering nothing. Here we go for the bottom of the second. Jackson Forrest leading things off for Deering. We'll see if Deering can capitalize on the great start by Avery Lawrence. And that's hit into right. And Mitchell running back to get the first out. So that brings up Alex Jordan.
The third baseman, number 3, Alex Jordan.
It's fouled back. It's a 1-1 count. It's outside for ball 2. Swing and a miss for strike 2. It's a 2-2 count. And that's on the outside corner for strike 3.
Yeah, this umpire he's calling a pretty tight strike zone, and it's really good. This umpire is really good.
And Will Jordan at the plate with 2 away. It's outside. It's a 1-0 count. Swing and a miss. It's a 1-1 count.
Well, and it could also be that both pitchers are making it easy for the umpire because they're firing the ball over.
Swing and a miss for strike two.
You know, so if they're right around the plate the whole time, it's easy to tell the difference.
And swing and a miss for strike three. And so Copperthwaite has faced 6 batters, and 5 of them are out by the way of strikeout. And so after 2 complete, the score remains Falmouth nothing, Deering nothing. Here we go for the top of the third. And leading things off is Eli Copperthwaite. We'll see if Copperthwaite can get something started. And it's a swing and a miss for strike one. Low and outside for ball one. It's a 1-1 count. It's fouled back.
I think that one made the side parking lot because I didn't hear any bang from it hitting the side of the Sea Dogs building here.
Swing and a miss for strike three. So that's 4 Ks for Avery Lawrence. And so that brings up Miles Gay. Last time up, struck out swinging. Drops over on the outside corner for strike one.
Boy, that was a beautiful pitch. Those things are tough to gauge.
It's fouled back. It's up high. Lawrence seeing if Miles Gay would swing at the high pitch. And he swings at that one.
Wow. Yeah, you're right. He didn't go for the pitch around his eyes. He went for the pitch around his ankles outside corner of the plate.
And so Josh Polches grounded out to second. It's right down the middle for strike one.
Did he go?
He did not go, so it's a 1-1 count.
Ooh.
That's fielded by Lawrence. He'll run over to first and flip it over.
Yeah, just to make sure. I mean, he probably could have went and tagged the bag, but at that point, you don't want to throw it.
And so a 1-2-3 inning for Deering. And so after 2.5 innings, the score remains Falmouth nothing, Deering nothing. And here we go for the bottom of the third. Sam Rank leading things off. The first pitch is over the plate for strike one. It's a 1-1 count. It's outside for ball two.
We have a good-sized crowd here today, but they're very quiet. This is a nerve-wracking game so far.
Up high for ball three. And on the outside corner for strike two, it's a 3-2 count. It's in the dirt for ball four. And so Deering has their first base runner.
Yeah, with nobody out.
And so this will be the first time Copperthwaite will throw from the stretch. And Rank caught on the base path.
Well, let me just tell you that just because the first baseman comes in to try to get the bunt, you still got to watch out for another player coming in behind you.
Up high. It's a 2-0 count. In the dirt.
Well, and that play at first is the little things that can win you ball games. Leadoff runner for Deering. Didn't realize the player, second baseman, was coming in behind him.
Swing and a miss. It's a 3-1 count. Swing and a miss for strike two. And that's hit foul.
Just barely. Wow. But the right fielder was playing where he could have got the ball. If it had stayed fair, he probably would have caught it. So position-wise, it was in the right position.
So it remains 2-2. Up high. And that's a walk.
So the count was 3-2. And we're going to have a visit to the mound already because the first two batters were walked by Copperthwaite. He's fortunate it's not first and second.
So Dash Newhall at the plate.
And it looks like we're already having someone going to warm up in the bullpen. And the coach for Falmouth, realizes the importance of this game going into the playoffs.
And checking on Hooks Wayman. And another throw to first. It's on the outside corner for strike one. Outside for ball one.
Yeah, this inning, Coppiswaite is struggling a little bit to get the ball over the plate.
Swing and a miss for strike two. Swing and a miss. And the ball is in. Went through the glove of Porter.
But great backup there by the right fielder.
Pitcher number 5, Avery Lawrence.
And it was a strikeout, so. So that brings up Avery Lawrence. Struck out looking. Last time up. Pitch is on the outside corner for strike one. And that's hit into left. So the first hit for Deering
Is by their pitcher.
So that puts 2 on with 2 out and Zade Smith at the plate.
So Deering here in the bottom of the third putting a little something together.
Swing and a miss for strike one. That's fouled. Oh, and 2 count.
Lots of room between left and center field.
And that's on the outside corner for strike 3. So that's 7 Ks on the day for Eli Copperthwaite. Deering stranding 2. And so after 3 complete, the score remains Falmouth nothing, Deering nothing. And here we go for the top of the 4th. Ethan Hendry at the plate. It's inside for ball 1.
And this game is so far moving along quickly.
That's ripped up the middle. So a leadoff single for Hendry.
The first baseman, number 28, Jacoby Porter.
And so Jacoby Porter now up.
We'll have to see what the play is here.
Swing and a miss for strike 1. And it's going to be a pass ball.
Yeah, that's unfortunate.
In there for strike 2. It's fouled off. In there for strike 3.
Wow. Batter wasn't sure about that one, but the umpire was.
So 1 away.
24, Tyler Simmons.
And Tyler Simmons now up. Swing and a miss for strike 1. And that's hit to Latour. Fires over to first for the second out.
Well, and once again, Falmouth gets a runner at third on a ground ball out.
The second baseman, number 9, Brennan Rupp.
And so Brennan Rumpf at the plate. That's popped up. And that's going to score a run.
Yeah, not much the right fielder could do because he was playing deep, and that ball just didn't hang up there enough for him to reach it. Almost.
The third baseman, number 14, Mitchell Ham.
So Mitchell Ham now up.
So Falmouth strikes first.
And that's hit up the middle. That's going to score another run.
The right fielder,
Yep.
number 2, Peyton Mitchell.
Peyton Mitchell at the plate.
Well, and that's the thing about baseball. In the blink of an eye, things happen.
And the throw down is not going to be in time. It's a 1-0 count. It's fouled back. Swing and a miss for strike 2. That's hit to Latour. And the throw is not in time. And the throw home is by Forrest.
Yeah, they had the runner. The throw just didn't quite get to the catcher.
And it looked like Ham slowed down halfway.
The pitcher, number 22.
And so
Eli Copperthwaite.
So 2 errors on that play. And Eli Copperthwaite now up. It jammed him, and Alex Jordan will get the 3rd out, but not before Falmouth puts 3 on the board. And so after 4 complete, or after 3.5 complete, it's Falmouth 3 during nothing. Here we go for the bottom of the 4th. Tavian Latour at the plate. It's outside for ball 1. Fouled back. It's a 1-1 count.
Nice play by one of the event staff here at the Sea Dogs.
It's popped up.
Should I say Hadlock Field? When it's a high school game, it's Hadlock Field. When the Sea Dogs are playing here, it's the Sea Dogs, right?
Yeah. Oh, it's a 1-2 count. And it's foul tipped. So it's another strikeout.
The catcher, number 28, Jackson Forrest.
So that makes 8 for Copperthwaite. And Jackson Forrest now up with 1 away. It's a swing and a miss for strike 1. Swing and a miss for strike 2. It's up high. 1-2 count. Another high pitch. It's a 2-2 count now. That's ripped foul. It's another foul. just high for ball 3. It's fouled back. Another foul. And Forrest racking up the pitches at this at-bat. And forces a walk.
Yeah, that was quite the battle.
The third baseman, number 3, Alex Jordan.
And so Alex Jordan.
Yeah, catcher having a little discussion with the pitcher. Just got to kind of regain his focus a little.
It's in there for strike 1. Right down the middle for strike 2.
Well, and obviously after these first 2 pitches, that conversation went well.
And swing and a miss for strike 3.
And that's what you have a catcher for. Settle the pitcher down. But now we're going to have a visit to the mound. This is interesting. We're going to have a pitching change. Wow.
And so we'll be back, and we'll let you know the changes. And so there was only 2 changes. Eli Copperthwaite goes to right field, and the new pitcher is Peyton Mitchell. And the batter is Will Jordan in there for strike 1. It's outside, 1-1 count. And so Eli Copperthwaite ends his pitching stint with 9 strikeouts.
And Darren with a runner on at first here with 2 outs in the bottom of the 4th.
Swing and a miss for strike 2. That's ripped foul.
Just a little bit in front of it. Wow, he was right on that pitch.
Up high. That is a full count with 2 away. And that's going to hit Will Jordan. So 2 on.
That brings a tying run to the plate.
The red center fielder, number 8, Sam Rank.
So
We're going to have a pinch runner, maybe? I see the coach for Deeren down there.
Sam Rank is at the plate. We'll see.
We are. Number 7. Who's he going in for? Second base.
And so Zeke Dewweaver
Yeah,
will
number
pinch
7.
run for Jackson Forrest.
Your attention running for Forrest, number 7, Zeke DeWeaver.
Right down the middle for strike 1. In the dirt. Great stop by Hendry.
Yeah. When the pitcher needs a catcher to do that, especially with 2 runners on, he did his job. Lots of open space between center and left again. Hit it there, it's going to go for a while.
Fouled off. One and 2 count. And got him. So Will Jordan gets picked off at first.
Wow. And another pickoff at first, which has cost Deering potential runs.
And so after 4 complete, the score remains Falmouth 3, Deering nothing. And here we go for the top of the 5th. Leading things off is Miles Gay. It's ball 2. It's a 3-0 count. Right down the middle for strike 1. Fouled back. So Avery Lawrence has battled back to force a full count. And it's a high and inside pitch for ball 4.
The shortstop, number 6, Josh Polchis.
And Josh Polchis up now. Right down the middle for strike 1. And it's popped up. And it's in the stands.
Well, fortunately, because I think Forrest lost it.
That's up the middle. LaTour will fire over. And the throw is wide of Will Jordan. It's going to move over both runners.
Yeah, it's been an adventure over there for Jordan today. Some throws up high, some throws wide.
The catcher, number 7, Ethan Henry.
And so Ethan Hendry now up with 2 in scoring position. That pitch curves over the plate for strike 1.
Yeah, and Lawrence has got to be perfect here.
And not sure what Pulches was doing.
Yeah, I mean, all they did was they traded an out, so the runners are still at second and third. But you're right. I mean, well, it wouldn't have really mattered, I guess, because at the end of the day here, the runners are still at second and third. Even if he had thrown it out and thrown it to first, it would have been an out, runners at second and third. So it was just a trade.
So Jacoby Porter at the plate watches the pitch over the plate for strike 1.
The only good thing about that whole play was that Darren knew they could get somebody out in a rundown.
Inside for ball 1. Ball 2. It's popped up, and it's going to go into the stands.
Yeah, that was up there for a while. Ended up in section 114, probably row G.
That's going to be up the middle. That's going to score 2. So a 2 RBI single from Porter.
Yeah, not sure if the shortstop Lachur would have gotten to that ball, but with the infielders in on the grass, that was an easy little drooper out into center field.
Tyler Simmons now up. Inside for ball 1. Low for ball 2. Up high. Ball 3. It's in there for strike 1. It's fouled. It's a 3-2 count to Simmons. And it's a walk. And so that brings up Brennan Rumpf.
The second baseman, number 9, Brennan Rumpf.
And there's going to be a meeting at the mound.
And we'll see what happens here. Not sure if they're going to replace Lawrence. They're just going to probably talk a little bit of strategy. And we're going to have a pinch base runner. Number 16.
So
Pinch runner number 16.
that's Tony Severino.
1-6-16 at first.
Your attention, running at first base for Simmons, number 16, Tony Severino.
All right. Big spot here for Deering.
Curves over the plate. It's an 0-1 count. It's a 1-1 count. It's fouled. And it's off the mask of Forrest. It's going to move both runners over.
Yeah, you could hear that all the way up here. He tried to grab it, but it just bounced up and hit him right off the mask. So a little bit of a struggle here for Deering.
It's a 2-2 count. It's in the dirt. Not far enough away from Forrest to advance runners. And the ball gets by Forrest. That's going to score another run, and trying to go 3. So Rumpf ends up at third.
On a walk. Well, that was a series of unfortunate events on that play. Too numerous to try to figure out.
Well, it all started when Lawrence didn't run to the plate. Forrest thought he was going to be there and turned around and fired to nobody. And it ended up going past Lawrence, and that scored the second run. And then Rumpf was going to second, and he ended up kicking the ball, which went towards left field and took third on that.
Well, that's good, Seth. You figured that all out. There was so much movement.
At the plate is Mitchell Ham. It's a 2-0 count. On the outside corner for strike one. That's hit to LaTour, fires over and gets the second out, but that scores another run.
Well, and we know LaTour's got an arm because he played quarterback. And he needed every bit of that arm.
So Peyton Mitchell now up. Bases are cleared.
And, you know, even though a run came in, that was an important out. You need to get out of this inning.
Up high for ball one. Ball two. It's outside for ball three. It's on the outside corner for strike one. Fouled back. That's ripped into left. That's going to drop. It's going to hit the wall. And that's going to be a stand-up double for Peyton Mitchell.
And that was one of the hottest hit balls of this game. Wow.
Right fielder, number 22, Eli Copperthwaite.
So Eli Copperthwaite has a chance to extend this lead. Pitch is way inside for ball one. Swing and a miss. It's a 1-1 count. That's hit into center. That's going to score another run.
The center fielder, number 11, Miles Gay.
And so Miles Gay back up. Ball one. It's up high for ball two. And that's hit up between Jordan and LaTour.
Well, Falmouth is really hitting the ball hard this half inning.
The shortstop, number 6, Josh Polchees.
So Josh Polchees now bats. Ball in the dirt. It's a 1-0 count. Swing and a miss. It's a 1-1 count. That's going to be hit into right center. That's going to score another run.
Looked like he got jammed a little bit, pulled his hands in. Nice swing.
The navigated catcher, number 7, Ethan Hendry.
So Ethan Hendry now at the plate. Up high for ball 1. Right down the middle. And that's going to be hit into left. That's going to score another run. And Pochies gets the third.
We're going to have a pitching change, I think, because this, I believe, this has been a long half inning, but I believe this is the second mound visit.
And there's going to be a pitching change. And so we'll be back to tell all of the changes. And so we'll have a pinch hitter, Isaac LaLiberty, at the plate. And Tavian LaChore is the new pitcher. Avery Lawrence goes to shortstop. One and one count. It's outside for ball 2. Curves over the plate. It's a 2-2 count. It's now a 3-2 count. And ball 4. So bases are loaded now.
The designated hitter, number 16, Tony Severino.
So Tony Severino at the plate. It's on the outside corner for strike 1. That's going to be hit to Lawrence. He'll fire over to second to get the third out. And so what was a long inning, Falmouth puts up 8 on the board. And so that triggers the 10-run rule. So Deering only now has 3 outs to work with. So after 4.5 complete, It's Falmouth 11, Deering nothing. And here we go for the bottom of the 5th. Sam Rank leads things off.
Darren needs 2 runs at least to continue this game on.
So new fielders. In center field is Ethan Jason. Milo Matston is in right. Nick Wise is at third. Thomas Healy is at short. Billy Burks is at first. And that's hit to number 29, who's not on the roster.
Well, he may not be on the roster, but his name should be, because that was an awesome play. And he gets a high five from his first baseman. Welcome to the game. Thank you for that play.
Over the plate for strike 1 to DJ Hooks Wayman. And so there's only 3 players that haven't called their name. So I don't know if one of those, if Caden Berry, Jacoby Porter, or Brandon White had changed their number to 29.
But it could be one of those 3?
Yes. Dash Newhall at the plate. It's outside.
Well, whoever that is, they made a name for themselves on that play.
Outside for ball 2. Over the plate for strike 1. On the outside corner for strike 2. So Deering down to their last strike. And it's ball, so it's a full count. And ball 4. That's going to bring up Avery Lawrence.
The shortstop, number 5, Avery Lawrence.
Outside for ball 1.
Well, after 2 quick outs, there's a little struggle by the pitcher here.
It's on the outside corner for strike 1. Ball 2. And Lawrence went around. So it's a 2-2 count. In the dirt. Newhall will take second.
Well, I'm sure this is not the way Falmouth wanted to end this potential half inning and game.
Right down the middle for strike 3. And that's your ball game.
And season.
And where it hasn't been a great season in terms of record and scoring, and it's a learning opportunity for this Deering team with only one player graduating. It's been a tough season all around.
Well, and the thing is that you end your season with a Falmouth team that's a juggernaut heading into the playoffs. So, it's tough. But, the thing is this Deering team, they really worked hard. They've learned a few things. They've got to see some other teams and how they play and things they do. So not only do you learn from your own coaches, but if you study the game and you look at the game and you see what other teams do, you can learn from that too, and they can bring all of that into next season.
Yeah, I mean they had it close, but Falmouth put 3 on the board in the top of the 4th and 8 in the top of the 5th, and the wheels just came off. But if they can take what they did in the first 3 innings defensively in the next season, it's just about doing the little things. And I mean, things happen, but it's about just going into next season and learning that when you're at first, you got to make sure you know where every single player is on the field. And then Deering had gotten picked off twice this game, but that's another thing that you can add to it being a learning experience.
Right. I mean, and even on the major league level, and we've seen hundreds and hundreds of minor league games. You don't often see a play like that happen, where on a bunt, the first baseman comes in, and the runner on first just loses track of where the second baseman is, and the second baseman comes in around and tags you out. I mean, it's just one of those rare plays in baseball, and we got to see it.
And I just want to thank everyone for watching this season, even though it hasn't been what everyone wanted it to be. It's been fun filming.
Well, and I have to say, after yesterday's game, the coach for Deering, to me, has shown these players nothing but encouragement. I mean, because you can't get discouraged over this season. It's just this season. There's always next season. There's off season to work on things, to have team meetings and stuff. So we're just saying goodbye to Don here. We'll see Don next season.
And so the final score in this game is 11-0 Falmouth over Deering, saying so long. This has been a production of WPPS TV3 Portland Public Schools, saying good night.
Thank you very much for watching.